786.1 Radio RUA.
Salam alaikum, dear listeners. Welcome to 786.1 Radio RUA, me and Mola's super fantastic Maha Ramadan radio show, where we've been on a magnificent journey of the heart through Dua Iftitah. All thanks and all praise to Allah and our awaited Savior, Imam Mahdi Ajil Farajahum. Today's radio show features fans from across the globe. Thank you for your super awesome sound effects share.
786.1 Radio RUA.
I cannot believe how quickly the holy month of Ramadan has passed. We are on the last verses of RUA in Dua Iftitah.
I'm sad. I will miss Maha Ramadan so much.
The best way is to keep Maha Ramadan alive all year round with the transformed you, putting into practice everything the holy month has gifted us.
Yes, the fruit of the holy month of Ramadan is to have us all being walking, talking holy Qurans for our awaited Imam.
I couldn't have put it better myself. The last part of Dua Iftitah guides us to a strive with a purpose that is desperately needed. We cannot procrastinate.
What was the proactive tongue twister?
Oh, I remember that one. Here it goes. Proactive people pursue the Prophet's great-grandson, patiently prepare for his reappearance with pure proactivity, prompting precious peace to prevail.
It's the only way. You later, proactive.
Let's look at the next verse in Dua Iftitah and be guided with action, inshallah.
وانصرنا به على عدوك وعدونا إله الحق آمين.
Through him, help us to overcome your enemy and our friend. O God of truth, Ameen.
What we're saying here is that through him, help us remove anything that's an enemy, anything that is unjust and not peaceful. Oppression in society is an enemy. Misuse of the earth's resources is an enemy. Disunity is an enemy.
All justice comes at the hand of Mola Mahdi Jan.
There is no other person, institution, or government that can bring justice except our awaited Imam. Take a look around and see wherever you have placed hope of justice. Has justice been served?
People the world over put hope in politicians to run the government in a just way. People want their country to thrive on the pillars of justice, but that's not the case.
We say, Wansurna bihi. We're saying that it is through Mola Mahdi Jan that we rest all our hopes. Aduwika wa aduwina, your enemy and my enemy. The enemies for both are the same. The enemies of Allah are our enemies too.
That's really something to think about. Anything that is Allah's enemy is my enemy too. And my enemy is Allah's enemy too.
If you are in the camp of Allah, then the opposite to Allah's camp becomes the enemy.
So, all tyrant leaders, corporations that destroy humanity, even hurting the earth, are all enemies of Allah. Hence, they are our enemies too.
But sadly, the world isn't currently like that. The enemies of Allah are sometimes our best friends. We ought to really introspect here and see where we stand. Are we enemies to our own selves? Are we like we learnt earlier in Dua Iftitah, praying for our own destruction because we have a hypocritical outlook?
اللهم إنا نرغب إليك في دولة كريمة تعز بها الإسلام وأهله وتذل بها النفاق وأهله.
O Allah, we earnestly desire from you an honorable state through which you strengthen Islam and its people and degrade hypocrisy and its followers.
Our aim going forward is to choose the path of truth and justice, no matter how hard. Let's not be enemies to our own selves. Let's charge ourselves with the peak of purpose. There is a story that illustrates this so well. Have a listen to today's story, told by Radio RUA's super fantastic storyteller.
Hi guys, it's a story time!
Hey guys, it's a story time. Hey guys, it's a story time.
Hi guys, it's story time!
Hi guys, it's a story time.
Once on a summer night in the country of Afghanistan, the ruler Shah Abbas changed out of his fancy robes and left his palace dressed as a peasant to enjoy the evening air and to wander around through the streets unnoticed. He walked and walked until he reached the poorest section at the edge of town. He soon heard joyful singing coming from a dimly lit cottage. As he peered in the window, he saw a man sitting at a table. He was eating and singing and giving thanks to God. The Shah was astonished to see such a poor man in such good spirits, and so he asked if he might come in as a guest. After accepting food and drink, the Shah asked the man how he earned his living. "I am poor," he said. "I wander the streets and fix shoes, and in this way I earn enough money to buy all the food I need for one day." "But what will happen to you when you're too old to work?" asked the Shah. "Oh, I do not have to worry about that," the man said, "happily. God blesses me day by day, and I know that somehow there will always be enough." The Shah returned to his palace and took off his peasant disguise. He was determined to test the faith of this man. The next day he proclaimed, "No one is allowed to fix shoes for pay." When the man went to work, he was astonished to learn of the new law. What is he going to do if he can't fix shoes and earn money?
Clean windows, maybe?
Here's what he did. He lifted his eyes to heaven and prayed. "God, the Shah has made it against the law for me to fix shoes, but I know you will help me to find a new job." He looked around and saw some people carrying water. He decided that he too would become a water carrier. The man carried water to and from the town well and sold it to people for the rest of the day, and in that way he earned just enough money to buy food for one day. The Shah again disguised himself and returned to the man's house. He was surprised to find the man again singing joyfully and eating. "How are you?" he asked upon entering. "I heard of the law and came to see how it is that you survived the day." "God did not abandon me today," the man answered happily. "The Shah closed one door, but God opened another to take its place. I am now a water carrier." The Shah took his leave again. The next day he issued another proclamation. No one was to carry water for pay. Again, the man wondered how he could earn money if it was against the law to carry water. But again he prayed, and this time he saw that men were going into the forest to cut trees to sell for firewood. So he decided to cut trees and sell firewood also, and that's exactly what he did. And in that way he earned just enough money to buy food for one day. Once again, the Shah came in disguise and learned of the man's continued faith and good fortune. The next day he issued a command that his soldiers stop all woodcutters coming from the forest and bring them to the palace to work. He dressed them all as guards and gave them swords. He told them that they would not be paid until the end of the month. The man was perplexed indeed, for he had no money for dinner that evening, and it would certainly be difficult to wait for a whole month for his pay. But he trusted God, so he prayed and prayed for an answer to his problem. How would he be able to buy food tomorrow if he wouldn't be paid for a full month? On the way home from the palace, while examining his sword and sheath, the man had a clever idea. He would make a sword out of wood, the same size as the Shah's metal sword, that would look just like it. Then he could sell the Shah's sword and earn some money. So he made a wooden sword and sold a real one, and he had just enough money for food for a month. The Shah, in his peasant disguise again, was much surprised to find the man singing and eating that night. When he heard the man's story about the sword, he asked him, "What will you do if the Shah finds out what you've done?" "Oh, I don't worry about such things," the man replied. "Every day my life is filled with blessings from God. I know that somehow everything will come out right." The next day, the Shah ordered all the guards to report to the center of the city, where there was to be an execution of a man who had stolen from the royal palace. All the guards came, including the ones who used to be woodcutters and including the man. All the townspeople came to see. The Shah ordered his officer to call the man to come forth and cut off the man's head. "Do not ask this of me," the man cried. "I have never even killed a fly." The officer said it was the order of the Shah and he must obey or risk his own life. The man asked for a few minutes to pray to God. Then he stood up in front of all the townspeople and said very loudly, "God, you know that I have never killed anyone in my whole life. Please God, if this man is guilty, let my sword be so sharp as to kill him in a single blow. But if he is not guilty, let my sword turn to wood as a sign of his innocence." With all eyes on him, the man reached for his sword. He pulled it out of his sheath and held it high. The crowd gasped and then clapped and cheered when they saw the wooden sword, for they thought a miracle had happened. The Shah was delighted when he saw the wisdom of the man. He called him near. He told him that he had been the visitors those 4 preceding nights, and now he said, "I hope that you will come and stay with me in my palace and be my advisor, for I see that you are a man of wisdom and unwavering faith, and I have much to learn from you." So the man went to live in the palace with the Shah. If you went there in the evenings, you would hear them singing.
The story illustrates so beautifully today's verses from Dua Iftitah. Let's take some time today to ponder and think and grow from today's discussion and transform ourselves towards the noor of our awaited Imam, Mola Mahdi Jan. Up next, we have our
2T Think and Thank Twist.
2T, think and thank twist.
How determined are you to work for your awaited Imam? To what extent will you go in all facets of life? Personally, family, community, globally?
We have one direction, all towards Allah. Is that track that's coming to my mind
bounce, bounce,
right
bounce,
now?
bounce, bounce.
Then let's play it.
To my goal, 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 goal. Which direction do I go? To Allah's team I belong. I bounce to the left and to the right, bounce up and down, keeping my goal in mind. We have one direction, all towards Allah, to do khairat and be a superstar. Mawla Hussein in Karbala knew his goal very well, towards Allah. He must go. Through good actions he made his way. We want to be like him. Score a goal the Husseini way. We want to be like him. Score a goal the Husseini way. ولكل وجهة هو موليا فاستبقوا الخيرات. And everyone has a direction to which he should turn. Therefore rush to do good work. Rush to do good work. As I bounce to my goal. Which direction do I go? To Allah's team I belong.
Thank you.
The determination to strive is reminding me of an animal that we can take our wise words from today. I know we have already shared this animal, not once, but a couple times I think. We can still draw a lesson.
What do you have in mind, Nadia?
A lion.
Let's hear what you've got from the king of the jungle.
Wise words from the animal kingdom.
Wise words from the animal kingdom.
In the jungle, which animal is the biggest?
Elephant.
In the jungle, which animal is the tallest?
Giraffe.
In the jungle, which animal is the wisest?
Fox.
In the jungle, which animal is the fastest?
Cheetah.
Where is the lion in the picture? Yet you say the lion is the
King of the jungle.
even without any of these qualities. Why? Because the lion is courageous. It is very bold. He is always ready to face any challenges, any barrier that crosses his path, no matter how big they are. A lion walks with confidence. The lion dares anything and is never afraid. The lion believes he is unstoppable. The lion is a risk taker. The lion believes any opportunity is worth giving a try and never allows it to slip from his hands. The lion has charisma. So, what is it that we get to learn from the lion? You don't need to be the biggest or the fastest or the tallest or the most brilliant to be generally accepted to become your dreams and be great in life. All you need is courage, boldness, the will to try, the faith to believe it is possible, to believe in yourself that you can do it. It is time to bring out the lion in you.
No wonder Imam Ali alayhi salam is called Asadullah. He is so brave and courageous.
Yes, that's a great connection. And we all know all the Imams are the same in qualities. So Maula Mahdi Jan is brave and courageous, just like Imam Ali alayhi salam.
Let's do a really awesome, courageous tongue twister today.
That sounds fabulous.
Tongue twister.
Careful contemplation causes courage and charisma, creating capable, complete colonels for our commander.
That's nice. Our commander is our Mola Mahdi Jan.
Yes, that's right. Have a go, listeners. Nadia, you too.
Careful contemplation causes courage and charisma, creating capable, complete colonels for our commander.
We have gathered through today's journey of Dua Iftitah that we have got to be united and work together to achieve our objective of removing the ghaiba and bringing our awaited Imam. Our hearts are aching together, and so our united strive is what is going to help. Let's play a really simple game during our family dua iftitah time that highlights unity is strength. All you need is a cardboard box and a table tennis ball. Get a cereal box and lengthwise cut out 2 or 3 rectangular strips from the face of the cereal box. Try and make each the same size. Each family member needs 1 rectangular strip. Each family member stands in a line holding their rectangular strip. Bend the strip to form a half-cylinder shape cupped in your hands. The first person in line has the table tennis ball. Let the ball roll through your rectangular strip and drop it into the next person's half-cylinder strip. The first person runs to the back of the line to receive it at the end. Each time you let the ball roll into the next person's half-cylinder strip, run to the back of the line. The objective is to keep the ball from falling down. See how far you can go working together as a team. Team Mahdi. To add a twist to the game, you can think of something that needs Team Mahdi to work on. It could be something within the household or globally. When the ball falls into your cylinder, you have to shout out what you are going to do to help out. A simple example would be to set the table. The first person would begin by saying, "Lay out the tablecloth." The next person would say, "Place all the placemats." The next person would place all the plates and then glasses and so on. You can vary the scenarios. We can do so much together. Team Mahdi, we're cheering for you.
Give me an M.
M.
Give me an A.
A.
Give me a H.
H.
Give me a D.
D.
Give me an I.
I.
We are Team Mahdi, so let's clap for a while. We are bucket fillers, Husseini builders. We are Mola strikers. We have team spirit, so let's all hear it. Go Team Mahdi!
That's a really cool game that will show families the world over that our unity is our strength and we can get further if we work together.
I can't wait to play. I think I will decorate our cylinder cutout with unity in bubble writing.
That sounds splendid. Let's look at an ayah in our GPS Jannah segment now.
GPS Jannah.
GPS Jannah, Jannah, Jannah. GPS Jannah. I wanna be a Jannah, 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 Jannah.
Allah says in Surah Hujurat, verse 10,
إنما المؤمنون إخوة فأصلحوا بين أخويكم واتقوا الله لعلكم ترحمون.
the believers are nothing but brothers, so make settlement between your brothers and fear Allah that you may receive mercy. Unity gives power, strength, and courage in any community or group, and it becomes so much more difficult for any external forces to crush, break, or harm any individual from the united community. People feel strong and secure in those societies and networks where there are less conflicts and more understanding. We want a world where the whole world is united and feels secure. Nobody is out to crush anyone. The outcome is Allah's amazing mercy.
What an amazing thought! Peace, justice, and applied justice the world over.
And it's so easy. All we gotta do is to be it. Be and live as a non-enemy lifestyle to Mola Mahdi Jan and his movement. It's as simple as that.
I'm thinking of another wise words from the animal kingdom.
Wow! I'm loving the connections. We've never done a wise words from the animal kingdom twice, but hey, why not today? Let's do this.
Wise words from the animal kingdom.
Wise words from the animal kingdom.
What creatures are silent, hidden, hard workers that strive daily to help us provide food?
I know, the pollinators. We learnt about them in Baker Brillianta's cream chocolate cake.
Oh yes! Baker Brillianta is me and Mola's baker from Blossom Bakery. Features in many of our stories and has an awesome positive outlook on life. Has a daughter called Bashasha, and here they are.
Bonjour, 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 ooh la la. Becca Brillianta is my name. To bake yummy treats makes my day. Sprinkling love the golden way. Entrez, 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 s'il vous plaît. Bonjour, 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 ooh la la. Becca Brillianta is my name. To bake yummy treats makes my day. Sprinkling love the golden way. No screen, no screen, no screen, la la, no, no, no.
And here's the lovely Bashasha.
Blossom Bakery, I love it so much. Mmm, it smells so sweet, yummy, yummy donuts, cakes, pastries and biscuits too. Papa Brillianta, I love you.
One day, Baker Brillianta shared the recipe for Kareem chocolate cake. Spoke a lot of Swahili that day, our incredible Baker Brillianta.
Mayai, maziwa, unga, sukari, siyagi, mtindi, bicarbonate ya soda, unga wa kokoa, karimala. Mayai, maziwa, unga, sukari, siyagi, mtindi, bicarbonate ya soda, unga wa kokoa, karimala.
In that story, all the hidden things within the ingredients for Kareem chocolate cake were shared. For example, one of the ingredients in the recipe is mayai, which is eggs in Swahili. The hidden behind eggs is a hen that laid them. The farmer who looks after and gave the hen grains to eat. The grains that the hen ate. The wind and insects that help pollinate the wheat from which the grains were got, which grew in the land using water from the clouds and sunshine. And the creator of all of this is none other than Allah, Kareem Allah. Baker Brillianta draws beautiful flowcharts in his recipe book that shows how the ingredients have so much hidden inside them that are all finally connecting to Allah. He loves to think about the hidden behind the apparent when he bakes at Blossom Bakery. His recipe books have lots of images of the pollinators that silently pollinate the crops to allow us to have the lovely foods that we eat. There are images of bees, butterflies, beetles, wasps, and more.
Come to me and Mola and meet the famous Baker Brillianta and the lovely Bashasha at Blossom Bakery on your next visit to Dubai.
You'll be served with his famous Kareem chocolate cake for sure. Nadia, tell us about the pollinators from our second segment of Wise Words from the Animal Kingdom.
Pollination is an important process in reproducing plants that bear seeds. Without pollination, these plants would not be able to produce fruits. Almost all fruits we eat come from pollination. Pollen acts as the main component for pollination. Pollination happens when pollen created from the stamen of a flower is moved to the stigma. This fertilizes the plant's cells to produce seeds. Bees, butterflies, and other pollinator insects go from one flower to another. As they gather nectar from flowers, pollen sticks to their legs and gets transported to the stigma. This makes pollination take place. Most plants rely on bees and other pollinator insects for pollination. Some get pollinated by wind. The lesson to take from the pollinators is unity. We have before us a system where insects are working so hard every day as to help humans have the food that you will find at your dinner table. We are one. Let's take lesson from the pollinators and strive for our Mola Mahdi-Jan together.
That's really interesting, Nadia. When we sit to break our fast, it's the hidden hard work of the pollinators that make it possible. Kareem Allah, thank you for that. It's time for our meditation minute, dear listeners. Get yourself to a beautiful lying down position and close your eyes.
The Meditation Minute.
Meditation minutes. The meditation minute.
Close your eyes, be very still, and imagine you're holding a big balloon on a shiny golden rope. It's very light. See its beautiful color. The balloon is so light, it starts to float up in the air. Hold on tight and feel the balloon gently rise into the sky. This is your balloon. You can come back down whenever you choose. The big balloon is pulling you further and further into the air. Take a deep breath in and then breathe out slowly. Breathe in and then out slowly. Each time you breathe in and out, you gently glide further into the blue sky. You can see all the continents now: Africa, Asia, Australia, Europe, and North and South America. Look around the earth below and see the beautiful unity between all the people. The whole earth is at one with each other. Keep breathing deeply. You can see Mola Mahdi-Jan's Noor all over the earth. There is a glow across the earth like never before. See the earth smiling, the trees swaying peacefully from side to side, the birds chirping happily. People are peaceful. People are kind. People are united. The earth is glowing with love and peace. Different people from different continents are working together. Drift off with your balloon and enjoy the feeling of weightlessness. See the joy of justice. Enjoy the feeling of complete peace and justice all around. Stay here. Breathe in and out for as long as you wish. When you're ready, wiggle and wriggle your fingers and toes. Have a big stretch and open your eyes. Softly say, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah.
sky with another colored balloon. It was so peaceful.
Yes, that sounds like a plan. Thank you, dear listeners. See you all tomorrow on
786.1 Radio RUA.